Productivity ideas are vital to progress in Australian industry, and it's management's task to keep them coming forward so that operations are always up to date. Everyone can play a part in contributing ideas for efficiency, for higher productivity. The measure of success achieved depends on the effectiveness with which the right ideas are introduced, not only from those inside the organisation, but as well from the outsiders who provide new designs in plant and equipment, who supply materials for production. The spark of originality that gives fresh impetus to this flow of ideas lies in the rapid development of productivity groups in Australian industry. So, productivity is reaching new heights. In all sorts of firms, new techniques are explored on a cooperative basis. Throughout the nation, men at the top are coming together in productivity groups to exchange management know-how on issues big and small. A productivity group comprises 12 firms or more. They meet, usually once a month, on each other's premises. Their one aim, to help raise efficiency right in the firm. Some groups are organised at senior and at operating management level. They all put emphasis on matters of practical management. Alan McSwain heads a productivity group senior council here in Sydney's Ryde district. These men with him are all finding better ways of using their productive resources through the work of the group's operating committee. Productivity groups are operating in all states, in all industries. Men with ideas for each other. Men, like them, with ideas for you.
I'm chairman of the Senior Council of the Ryde District Productivity Group. Productivity groups are a unique form of intercompany activity. The challenge of industrial opportunity has stimulated many hundreds of Australian operators, large or small, to form these groups. They meet to discuss methods, techniques, their problems, and to generate practical ideas which will increase their productivity. There's a collective interest in the efficiency of each individual undertaking, and every member company benefits from the ideas developed in the group. As the Senior Council, we are closely involved in this increasing of productivity by cooperation.
Cities and towns throughout Australia have their industries. And wherever there's industry and commerce, there's scope for a productivity group. Take the Ryde district, where the factories run by these men are located. It's much the same as other areas. The big thing that these industries have in common is that they make things to meet people's needs. Industries here, as elsewhere, with all their diversity, are cooperating with each other in a productivity group. It's a richer knowledge they get from working this way, because efficiency ideas spring naturally from well-run enterprises. Everyone gets something out of coming closer to the variety of industries in such a group. People in the groups visit each other's firms, and while there, go straight to the operations affecting efficiency. For instance, in the surface coating of earth-moving equipment. Technically, the gun sprays a mixture of air and paint. 2 coats do the job. Here, in the paint bay of a domestic appliance maker, productivity group representatives from the earth mover firm see more efficient surface coating techniques. It's pure paint, without any air mixture, and it saves labour and materials. If this can be used on the earth movers, the savings will be 40% in labour 25% in materials. Try it out. It works. That's one example. There are plenty of others. Another company making wall and ceiling boards, for instance. The project is to make the boards easier to fix in place. They want to market a new fixing cement. A mixing machine for the cement is needed. There's even one in mind. During a circuit visit to a machine manufacturer in the group, the company representative sees all sorts of automatically controlled items. New-style bakery equipment. And over here, a baker's dough mixer. How about that for mixing the cement? First rate. What's more, it's 30% cheaper than the machine originally in mind, and half the cost of operating, bringing useful economies to the building materials industry. Productivity groups are working in all parts of Australian industry. Here, in the key timber industry, based on the hardwood forests of Western Australia, they have achieved many improvements in recent years. Rail freighting of sawn timber products is a major cost to the mills. Could better use be made of rolling stock to increase loads and speed deliveries? The Manjimup Productivity Group, made up of timber millers, together with representatives of Western Australian Government Railways, singled out the bad design features of a wagon and planned modifications to increase loading capacity. What about the bolsters? They don't allow full use of the space being paid for. The load's high and not too safe. Maximum capacity is only 12 tons. Cooperation between the two produced a more efficient wagon design. Average loads up 33%. Fuller use of the length. A lower height stack makes loading and unloading easier. It's a new type wagon that emerges from their work, with a longer, lower, safer stack. So, the new overtakes the old. Both the mills and the railways enjoy new economies in the faster deliveries to market. Big or small, the improvements come constantly. Have you ever considered the odd shape of the tap? A Melbourne firm making taps machined them during manufacture with specially made holding jaws. Traditionally, they fabricated the jaws in mild steel. Detailed hand finishing was required. A visit within the Institution of Production Engineers Productivity Group gives them a vital new thought, a key to simpler techniques. How about moulding them with a low melting point white metal? This way, you can cast the jaws using a finish tap for the pattern. Presto, the jaws are made. This will be a big cost saving over the years. A perfect grip, spot on. New methods, cheaper production. Productivity group thinking can show a way. Public undertakings work in productivity groups too. Sydney's Prince Henry Hospital is in the South Sydney group. The laundry is one part to gain from group work. The group syndicate is concerned with unbalanced throughput at various stages. The bottleneck is the washing machines. Big ones, taking 300-pound loads. But working to the manufacturer's preset cycle of an hour, they're not coping with the increasing work for Prince Henry and other hospitals nearby. The group comes up with the idea that the cycle can be shortened to 45 minutes to give a perfect wash using modern washing methods. The shorter cycle works well. Machine output is up a third, and the wash flows to the later work points in nice time to match the pace of the laundry. Queensland has long been the scene of work by productivity groups. Take the contribution of the Brisbane Northern Suburbs Productivity Group to the efficiency of a tannery. There's a problem here. The weighing and packing of leather takes too many man-hours. Excessive manual handling, hand hoisting. The productivity group offers several suggestions for improvement. Trolleys for moving as much in one load as several men moved previously. Better storage facilities. Electric hoists to cut work effort. A poultry company in the Brisbane Food Industry Productivity Group delivers perishable items like chicken in refrigerated vehicles to its depots in major towns. But deliveries from there to the outback need dry ice. And the trouble is that in some places there are no local supplies. The productivity group's task is to help design an insulated container for freighting the dry ice. The firm was sending it air freight at first, in perforated cartons to meet air regulations. Evaporation was high, and freight charges fairly heavy. This is the insulated container that results from the group's cooperation. And the group's efforts mean that surface freighting of dry ice can be used today at lower cost, and with lower losses through evaporation too. And one helps another. The ideas go round and round. As in packing foodstuffs in this firm. The new idea comes from the poultry company in the food industry productivity group. 2 girls packing the items. Hand brushing the glue on the flaps of the cartons, folding them down, carrying them to the sealing bench, and sealing them under heavy weights. But why not use a glue miser for gluing them and seal under rollers, as they do in the poultry firm? Sounds pretty good. It does the trick. Cheaply, effectively, with just 1 girl. Productivity groups give access to good ideas. They're opening many doors to increased efficiency. No one knows this better than the Federal Director of the Associated Chambers of Manufacturers of Australia, Mr. R.W.C. Anderson.
Australian industry has gained a great deal from the practical contribution which the groups are making to management planning and management action for improved efficiency. The Associated Chambers of Manufacturers of Australia believe that this cooperative approach to raising productivity has considerable advantage to every branch of Australian industry. And I believe that you too are sure to see in your own enterprise the advantage of active membership of such groups.
Day by day, productivity group action proves its worth. It's a simple notion where you share ideas with people like yourself and work with them to make practical improvements in your efficiency. People in productivity groups have lots of ideas. Your own productivity group will have ideas for you.